I think this year, as we've seen with the launch of, I'm not sure if how many of you have heard of Experience Cloud offering that's coming up. So they're kind of focusing on improving and building on a customer experience with the products being, and they're tying up with various partners, obviously, but they're not hell-bent on using Adobe products through and through. So you can integrate with multiple platforms, and it's not just only your apps or some of the cooler sections where they were showing how they were using various Adobe technologies in VR, augmented reality. There were a couple of sessions on IoT. I mean, there was Alexa integration with Adobe Analytics, which is really interesting. And Adobe I/O is the platform that they are launching to support Adobe technologies across various IoT devices. So that's something that I really liked because I think one of the things that can happen in any sort of a company, company-wide event is the emphasis on, oh yeah, go buy Adobe stuff, but I think that's a bit less this year.
So as a developer who has not been to the summit, one thing that we learned from Lokesh is that you got to plan, right? You got to plan in advance. And what are the pointers that you can, let's say if someone wants to go next year, what else would you suggest to them?
Sure, thanks. As I said, first thing is we'll have to, Adobe it's been quite I think a couple of years now, from 6.0, they are releasing every year, they're following like other models like the iPhone, releasing every version every year at the same time. So that's the kind of model they're going. So every year there will be something new to look forward for. And the best part is their roadmap looks very solid. They have this solid roadmaps of the vision, what they want to do. It's not they're taking it, they don't know that. So they know what they have to do. So the next thing, essentially what we have to look at is if you are, and the digital, I would say it could be, when I say digital marketing products, it could be WCM, it could be analytics, it could be campaign, it could be anything, right? So all of this constitute as a digital transformation technologies, other platforms, right? So we will have to understand where we stand or where we belong to. Also, apart from that, let's say example, I am a AEM guy, and my core expertise is AEM. But if I'm in the digital world, so only WCM will not help me out. I need to know the integration points as well, if not, I'll develop more. So make sure when we go there, make sure that we understand some part of it, what you're trying to understand, which I think Ravi mentioned about the Experience Cloud. They don't. Cloud part of the Experience Cloud, right? So, and we can talk about it probably in detail about what Experience Cloud means, what the change comes in. But what I'm telling is there will always be something change, something new to look at for this summer. So we'll have to be prepared for it. Go there. The second thing is do a little bit of homework before we go, which helps us to grasp the things well, rather than going there with a blind mind, is what I believe. Again, it's some of the things comes with my own, the practice. Yeah, the people differs and possibility. Yeah, I mean, doing our homework better. I mean, before going there is always what I do, because it could be the investment what we have made in terms of money, in terms of the time, right? So we are spending 3 to 5 days of our time outside our family, right? and let's make sure that we utilize it in terms of knowing what we exactly need out of the summit. So that's one of my recommendations.
All right.
Advice to people going on stage to step out of your comfort zone. That would be my advice as as a developer. You maybe want to attend some of the developer sessions, but of course branch out. Look at go to partner hall, talk to the partners that are there. Attend maybe a session you may not think is for you, but has some interesting concepts to it. Digital marketing, For example, I'll give an example that Moody on our team did. He was at the partner hall and he saw a vendor about UX usability. So, Moody's a developer isn't really to deal with content usability, but he's there talking to that vendor, thinking about how we can affect other parts of the business. So, I think that's a valuable thing to do is for people that you may not, you just may not think that you have something in common with them, or they may have something for you, but they have to, and you don't realize it until you go to talk to them.
That's a good point, right?
One thing I noticed is most of the sessions get booked well in advance. Next time you're planning to go there, maybe 2 weeks in advance, make sure spots are already there. I noticed that some of the sessions were extremely good, and I could go there with
That's a good point, Oscar. Thanks for chiming in. So, for the members who are tuning in online, maybe your audio is not on, just to obviously what Oscar says is that make sure that you register for the sessions weeks before you go to the summit, because otherwise what's going to happen is that you may not have an opportunity to go for some good sessions just because you did not register. So plan in advance as locations, assets, and what do you think?
Just to give an idea about it, the crowd this year was around 1,000 people. So when we won among them. So I don't think so there is any hall or everywhere where you can compete on 12,000. So.
I think from my side, just seconding what Brian has said, see marketers attend developer sessions and developers attend marketing sessions. First thing to note is they are nowhere on par with any professional training. They are very, they're categorized in such a way that everybody can understand, not only someone who's worked on the platform, but also somebody who just bought the platform and want to figure out, what's going on. One of the things that I would recommend is while a lot of new features that get announced are very laudable and it creates a wow factor, but I think it's also important for us to talk to a lot of Adobe engineering or Adobe marketing, as a matter of fact, in challenge, saying that one of the things that I had a question is the experience cloud, right? They were talking about a whole ton of products seamlessly integrating and etc. And my next question that popped in my head was, this is going to cost me well over 3 to 5 million, just investing in the product alone. For middle tier companies and people who are scaling up or slowly off the platform, what's the recommendation? That's sort of, it's still in the gray area. That's something that's probably that we need to watch out for, because I think there's just a handful of companies who can just, invest a few million on the product, because obviously, the support on that product is also going to be equal the more you invest on it. So I think that's one of the takeaways that I had.
Right. So let's move into the next section now. Insights on what AEM community should be focusing on. And we're going to start with new product announcements. So let's talk about 6.3. We can also talk about the Experience Cloud. We can talk about Sensei, IO, a couple of new products that are coming up. Let's start with Ravi. What are your takeaways or thoughts on some of the new product offerings starting with 6.3?
Since we're a community, we can talk about AEM communities. It's been there around as social communities a few years now, but I think now it has evolved into a full-fledged blogging platform, as well as a platform where you can create a forum, especially for products which have a lot of developer user support, and where they solve a lot things using discussions and ratings and all of that products, which companies which rely on ratings and stuff. So I think that's there's been a really good improvements in how the communities platform works. Yes, it does involve separate licensing and stuff, but I think somebody who's planning or trying to invest on a platform where you want to improve, it's a feedback-based development, right? With any product, there's always a beta program. There's always you ship out a few journalists talk to. I know Apple does that. They were talking about macro with a bunch of journalists, with the redesign. So I think that's for that sort of a platform. I think AEM communities, if somebody who already has AEM as a marketing portfolio or important solution, then it's worth to invest on communities as well. And the other thing that caught my eye was IO. I don't know how many of you have tried coding on Google Home or Echo, or it's pretty simple the way they've set it up. It doesn't really require to be a programmer, because I'm basically working with a YouTube blogger to connect my TV to my Echo. It's a simple setup, but one of the issues that all the IoT devices have is you kind of have to have an infrastructure to launch this, put it as a skill and all of that. That's where Adobe comes in and with a new offering, where if you want to use IoT devices for any sort of marketing purposes, they have a cloud-based solution where you can deploy custom IoT skills, and that's pretty interesting in terms of how they've. But I think the integrations with 6.3 of somebody, as far as architects are trying to identify whether you want to upgrade from an older version to a newer version, I would recommend looking at 6.3 seriously, because the integration is more tighter. There's a lot of support, and I think even from the Apache Software Foundation, there is more support. There's Sling 1.3 and Grenade 2 or 3. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a newer version of both APIs that can be leveraged, and the support is moving out of a support system. Instead, Adobe is coming up with this, especially for the developer community, they're coming up with this new Adobe marketing solutions there. The new foundation components is now on Git. I don't know if anybody who's seen or not. It's actually there on available, accessible to public, and you can just work with them and provide feedback. I think that's a better way, because I've never seen anybody. I think everybody here would agree that the foundation components never really worked for us when we are trying to customize for our purposes or for any client if we are consulting firm.
Brian, if you want to talk about the products, specifically 6.3.
I'll talk about a product that probably did get a whole lot of attention, which was Adobe Launch. And this is, how many people work with DTM? Anybody? So this Launch is basically DTM 2.0. The unique thing about Launch is that it's not just, it's basically, they basically tore it down. They tore DTM to the ground and rebuilt it, totally on their own APIs. And they made currently DTM is you're managing one big huge code block of JavaScript essentially. It can be a nightmare to manage. We had a nightmare managing our DTM instances ourselves. So being able to have a semi-non-technical person being able to make DTM rules in a nice UI interface is relief to many people. So Launch, I think, is one of the most unheralded pieces of Summit. I think again, when you're talking tech, you're not talking anything that's really sexy. We want to do that, but in terms of and you can get companies like Facebook on board. I think is huge for that. So Launch is one of the most things I'm looking forward to this coming year.
Yeah, as you mentioned, AEM is definitely something which is fantastic and looking forward for. Coming specific to AEM 6.3, I think before getting into the actual things that they've introduced in 6.3, one thing is I want to mention here is usually they start the beta, testing for most of us. We're looking for register if you're interested. At least if it is around somewhere in March, so right from December they start the beta program. So you probably next year you guys can also try to register so that you get the feel of what's coming up in 6.4 probably for the next version. So that's a good way of learning what's coming up. Having said that, with 6.3 some cool features. I don't say that introduce anything bigger or newer, but they've kept on improving a lot of existing stuff. For example, this one, right? Sorry. For the content fragmentation, sorry. Yeah, the content fragmentation, so initially there was always this thing with text. So now we can do a lot more things with the text and the image. It's more flexible in terms of creating variations to the multiple screens and other things. Now it actually makes more sense for the uses of content fragmentations than before. They've introduced something called experience fragmentation also. So instead of just the content, you can actually create an experience and then use it as a fragment to multiple videos. Then the one cool feature which I kind of see is beneficial is the template editor. They have made it much more stronger. So you don't, the developers doesn't have to manage the templates anymore, so they can just create the headers and other components, like the structure component, what they call it as, and then give it to the authors so they themselves can manage it. So that's pretty cool for me, considering the business and actually how the product should work. Apart from that, yes, they have another one good thing which I really have to echo is on the core components. The 6.3 core components now made more public, but apart from that, though it comes as a foundation, that was a wrong example with the foundation components. They were all using scriptless JSPs and stuff, which is definitely not the best practices to use. That was definitely not an example where they would have given to anybody who is using that product. So all the core components are using the best practices like models, sleep models, and the HDL. So it's a very good a start, I would say, for anybody to work on, rather than just as a reference. Before we could have just used it as a reference, but we were never able to use it as an inheritance, right? So there's now it's a good actually a package to use that as an inheritance. I think apart from that, yes, they have here the lot of other features, APIs that they have introduced with AEM aspects.
So let's dive into the Experience Cloud, because that was actually the biggest announcement that Adobe came up with. So what is the Experience Cloud?
Again, we were all hearing about Adobe Marketing Cloud till now, right? So what they've done is just before what they had, like the Marketing Cloud and the Creative Cloud. Now the Creative Cloud has the Creative Cloud and the Document Cloud, right? So similarly, they studied and then grouped the Marketing Cloud, and then they made it as an Experience Cloud. They're not introduced any new products as such, but they just grouped it as 3 different groups. One is Adobe Analytics Cloud, Adobe Advertising Cloud, and Adobe Marketing Cloud. All 3 as an upward thing, they call it as Adobe Experience Cloud. For example, Adobe Analytics Cloud has the Analytics and the Audience Manager Cloud. So if you buy the licensing model will also probably change, is what I believe. You can go as Adobe Marketing Cloud license, Analytics Cloud, where you get only the Analytics and the Adobe Experience Manager as a product, right? which makes sense to me. Let's say, for example, if I'm working on, I'm just hypothetically talking, or a web center site, or it could be some of the Java application which I want only the analytics piece of, but I can now get it as, so I can just get the piece of analytics and that audience manager. I think they're going, they're kind of trying to see how they can channelize their the overall process.
Ravi, you want to help us understand what is the Experience Cloud?
I think as Ravi kind of mentioned, it's really incentive to deliver Adobe to make a lot of money. Right? They want to centralize everything as much as possible, to kind of keep you in their experience. So, if you ask what the Experience Cloud is, it's just a way of better moving things. A pretty good example, we're able to use AEM, use Adobe Analytics in Creative Cloud. We don't use we're not advertising. We don't use advertising, TV advertising cloud. It doesn't apply to us. So, I think it's more of a marketing shtick than anything else at this point, anyway. Because we announce these huge things like, oh, Experience Cloud. I didn't get that. That didn't resonate with me. So that's what I just think is it's good for Adobe to continue to promote its integrations. But again, it's all about the devil details. How are those integrations going to work, and how much is it going to cost you to do that? So that's what I feel Experience Cloud is.
But I think there is some truth to that, right? Businesses are heading in that direction of experience. Like if you really think about it, where we have come, we have been spoiled by Pandora, by Netflix, which are some of the first movers in the personalization space. And we take those experiences for granted now. And I think it's important for businesses to start promoting experience because customers expect that, right? So I think what Adobe is doing is providing brands the infrastructure that they need to curate that experience. And for us as plumbers of the system, like it's also our job to take a deeper look at how that experience is going to be orchestrated and constructed. So I think there is some truth to it. I'm sure there is marketing as well in there, but if you look at the perspective of the brands and where they are heading, gone are the days where businesses could get away with just selling products and services without having any empathy in the equation. And now those rules change. So I think there is some truth to that. Maybe Ravi can chime in.
The Experience Cloud? On the Experience Cloud, I just have a Star Wars joke if you want to listen. It's exactly like the New Hope movie. It's just same as the fourth one, but it was just rehashed and all of that. I think one of the things, like I said, I think I mentioned it earlier as well, is the focus is shifting a lot to consumer. I think I want to think it from a customer's perspective that you want to. I think there's a lot of focus on retailing while we work towards new campaigns and promotion to attract a lot of customers. There's also, I think, there's now the focus on how can you keep an existing number as well, without actually going down on that particular number. Right? And I think there's a lot of focus on, at least internally for us as well, as in commerce, where we sell our products on our own platform. There's a lot of focus on improving the user experience. Let's just say, it has to be a single uniform journey when you look for a product, and it's mostly about not just going off the marketing website as a lead, but instead actually drive that anonymous consumer into the sale, and not having to invest on somebody following up or deal really like the product. I think that amount of information gathering and feedback is actually being done right now. But the thought is more towards doing it on the website, with anonymous personalization, real-time personalization as a matter of fact. There are use cases where one of my old colleague at Sapient, he's working on the customer where they're working on something where they can personalize the user journey or the user experience while he's navigating through the site. It's actually, right now it's difficult, but I think the focus, like I said, right, it's more about what can I do as because you're purchasing a product. That probably would drive sale if you do it well. Otherwise,
So, how about we talk about where are we going? Where is all this really taking us with all the solutions that Adobe is coming up with? Where is the digital marketing industry going?
Frankly, I don't know. So one thing which I noticed is that Adobe was always, I think, the marketing cloud products, if you see, they're all acquired products, but they're all integrated towards as one single umbrella. At the same time, so till now, they were all towards the Adobe, which is very, very closely linked. But right now, at this summit, I see a lot of focus on getting partnership things or getting integrations with a lot of other products is what I see. For example, one of them were, I think there were, I don't know, I think at least there were more than 300 400 stalls at the summit this year. And out of which, at least I believe more than 50% of them were not the services company, but the business. Rather than they were the partners who had built their own products around the Adobe platform. Right? It could be the data the data mining products which integrates with the audience manager, the analytics, and other things. It could be Microsoft, which are doing some kind of a partnership with Adobe, with their app dynamics, or it could be the cloud, Azure, and so on. So essentially, what I believe is, I think everybody, including Adobe, now understands. To win, it's not like one guy that can go forward sooner, but rather than they have to work closely together so that they understand they can give what customers want as a collaborative work. So that's what I see as where the vision of the Adobe is also going forward with. And the second thing which I noticed is more and more a lot of R&Ds or a lot of the investment is going on towards the technologies like VR, and also that's where we are seeing towards that. Right? So how can I? There was a kind of a demo there on the summit this week where a person puts on a VR goggles and then they'll be right in front of in the middle of the biggest street, and then where they can visually say, okay, if my advertisement is there on this particular building, how would it look like? Right? So basically, let's say if I'm using one of their products, so with using a VR technology, I can literally see virtually how my campaigns would work or how my advertising would work and how many people would be around and stuff like that. So they're more going towards virtual reality. They're more going towards the IoT piece of it. I think coming on to it, the digital is not only the content; it's also about how do we use the content, how do we do the mining with the data what we have, and then give it back to the client and the customers who are coming to us.
So where are we going? I think it's kind of the rise of the machines. That's where I think we're going with this. I think the common theme of Summit more than anything else to take away was the Sensei product. Adobe is really focused on data and big data and automation, machine learning. What do they know about you before you even know it? So we see it all the time on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all this stuff, personalizing your ads for you. I think that's just a start of what the future is. So when you're talking about Sensei can trillions of transactions, right? Trillions of decisions, essentially, for you as a marketer, like by telling you trends. It's going to analyze trends faster than you ever could with an Excel sheet or some other application. So I think that's the biggest trend going forward is what's the role of the actual marketer, right? If a company that has access to all this data, what's the marketing decision to make? It's going to be the machine making the decision, not the marketer in a lot of cases. So, where does the actual marketer fit in terms of strategy? It's about acquiring that data, knowing your customers more than they know themselves. I think that's the future.
So, Ravi, you want to give some insights on where are we going?
I think the start is death of gut feeling, because there's so much data available to us that we don't need to make any sort of educated guess. I think one of the things is, I don't know, last year I've seen, this year I missed Sneaks unfortunately, but last year I've seen this shopping experience where you don't really have to, I know Amazon is actually planning to do that in one of the stores in Seattle where you don't really need to go in and check out, you can just grab the product and go and it directly links to your Amazon account or whatever. I think that's, yeah, there's a lot of automation that's going on, but again, there's a lot of because I think we are in this space of a social and a digital bubble at this point of time where, companies are coming up with really creative campaigns and really innovative marketing strategies, teaching about competitors. It's no longer it's not fair with anything anymore. So I don't know, honestly, one thing that I would say is, I think there won't be, I think in future there won't be any segregation between your average marketer or a developer, because I think marketers are scaling technically and developers, they have to scale back, or actually they have to expand and understand what does your business really want, rather than, because a lot of discussions where we start creating stuff about, things about standards and practices, and I think establishing that compromise between, what your business really wants versus what you can actually do from a technology standpoint. I think that would probably or should drive your digital marketing solution as an e-business.
So I think the big brain is being built right now as we speak, right? With Google working on AI, machine learning. I think every single company 50 miles of here is working one way or the other on machine learning or AI. And Tesla being a big example of machine learning, and Elon Musk is warning us, right? So what does that mean? But I think that's true, that machine learning and AI, the industry, I think this is like the fourth transformation we had, the industrial revolution that we had. Also, if we go all the way to the web revolution followed by mobile, I think we are at the cusp of a fourth transformation, which is the convergence of VR, IoT, and automation, which includes self-driving. And how do brands and businesses play a role? Where does marketing technology fit into all of this? And one of the demos that Lokesh was talking about, it was fascinating actually, where you put the VR headset and that takes you to the Las Vegas Strip, and you see cars moving on that strip, and within that view, you're seeing a truck. Now, in the VR headset, what Adobe did was pretty cool, is that you can embed content on that moving truck in VR. And you can also place an advertisement on a billboard within VR, right? So that's quite interesting where the industry is going. So I think for marketers and us as enablers of marketing technology, to stay ahead of the game, I think it's important for us to pay close attention to where VR, IoT, and automation industry is going. Anything else that comes to your mind, Lokesh, when it comes to digital transformation, where the industry is going, where modern technology is going towards?
No, I think it's it's all about innovations. So one thing is, till now, it was all the most thought process were around how do I reach the content faster to the right audiences. But now it's all about content and then do some mining again. Channelize it. So that's what it is. It's like kind of taking an input from the output.
Developed into in the next 6 to 12 months. Where is the focus going to be to stay ahead of the curve?
To start with, I think first listen to your market. At least, like, I was in the consulting space up until a year and a half ago. One of the things that the common feedback from any client that we go to, or I'm sure anybody who's here would understand as well, that we've got a solution that is built that doesn't really work for us. It's important, I think, to have a staged development, and kind of, one of the things that you want to actually work closely, similar to a sort of a pair programming, that you actually need to work with your BA or your marketer and try to understand what exactly do you really want, what's your end use case, not just building a ton of components and okay, yeah, go figure. So that's something that is probably one thing that I would recommend. And I think second of all, you wanna, I think, things that have actually been told already. The product that you bought, do you know the ins and outs of it? What works and what doesn't work? Talk to Adobe or the product, any other product, as a matter of fact. Talk to them, talk to their developers, post on forums, and then get an understanding of try and see if you can crash the product by doing something. And then kind of that way you kind of get an understanding of what it actually offers before we go outside and try and customize it, and then because it depends on, like, it's always a case of, I think, most of the major corporations, it's either a vendor lockdown or a developer lockdown where a guy came and did something and he left and we have no idea what's going on. I think that's one of the bigger cases that we want to avoid, is make sure that we utilize the product as much as, so that anybody who comes, it doesn't become a nightmare for them.
And you will share some insights on, as a developer, like from a learning standpoint.
So I think one of the best sessions I attended at Summit was, and I didn't really know what to expect in that session. It was about frameworks and code, and it really turned out to be a discussion of using AEM some of the old pages versus the rest of the apps. You'll see a lot of this on your Google results. You'll see something labeled as AMP. That's designed to make it load really fast. And one of the stats they showed in the presentation was, if your site takes more than 3 seconds to load in mobile, you're bound within 7 seconds. It's like 300%. So it's a massive bounce rate. If your page takes more than 3 seconds to load. So as a developer, when you get content when your market's heavy, a lot of content in there, you have to think about how can I best deliver this to the mobile experience. That's something that we personally struggle with internally here at ServiceNow. I'm sure a lot of companies have that problem. So looking at technology that will allow you to engage customers' mobile device or tablet and be able to deliver that experience and not take away functionality in that experience as well, I think is key. So as a developer, the next year I would be focused on what is the mobile experience like? Mobile is just going to grow. It's not going to shrink. It's going to grow. So if your role will change next 6 to months.
Sure. So, yeah, I think Ravi and Brian covered both of the things, right? So, one I would definitely say is making sure to keep an eye on, because going forward there will be mobile, there could be any number of screens that comes in. It could be, when we are buyer things that screen may have. So essentially, that's why we're going with what we developed. So